The R7 370 from PowerColor is a tiny card in terms of size, power requirements, and performance. But does it suck? Let's find out. Coming in at 220 millimeters long, 112 millimeters wide, and 38 millimeters high, the PCS Plus R7 370 from PowerColor is equipped with dual translucent 90 millimeter fans, which reveal the nickel-plated heatsink beneath the GPU's shroud. Said heatsink is attached to the dual copper heat pipes, which keep the card at a fairly decent temperature at all times, even when at max overclock. The plastic shroud on the card is complete with PowerColor branding on the top, which is next to the single 6-pin PCIe power input. And on the rear of the card, you'll find the anodized aluminum backplate, which is a great inclusion on a low-end card. For I/O, the R7 370 is complete with the standard DVI-I, DVI-D, HDMI 2.0, and DisplayPort 1.2 outputs. The PowerColor R7 370 is equipped with a 985 MHz core clock and 1425 MHz memory clock, with the max allowable overclock coming in at 1050 MHz core and 1500 MHz memory for a total of a 6.5% increase on the core clock and 5% on the memory clock, with the card not even being able to have its core voltage increased. Speaking of memory, you'll find 2 GB of 256-bit GDDR5 VRAM on this card. But how does that translate into performance? Basically okay. The PowerColor PCS Plus R7 370 can handle most AAA games at their highest settings on 1080p at over 30 FPS, with the exceptions of The Witcher 3 and Metro Last Light. However, don't expect much more than that. And you can completely forget about gaming on 1440p because it will require you dropping the quality of the games by a significant amount in order to keep the frame rates from crashing. The value per frame rate on the R7 370 is actually quite decent, however, at least in the South African and American markets. It's competitive with its entry-level competitor, the GTX 950, in terms of what you get for your money. And while the GTX 950 actually does offer better pure frame rates, it doesn't allow you to cross a 60 FPS average in any instance. So conclusion time. The R7 370 is definitely a newer generation card with support for AMD's features such as virtual super resolution, liquid VR, and even crossfire support. However, it's stunted in a couple of ways. It has only 2 GB of VRAM, limited overclocking potential, and it doesn't even support FreeSync. But when you compare it against the discrete GPU entry-level card on NVIDIA's side, it's actually not all that stunted. Sure, you won't be able to get 60 plus FPS at 1080p on the highest details in most games, and you won't be able to touch 1440p at all, but what you do get is a well-priced solution to come away from being a console peasant and enter into the PC master race. And while anyone who wants the best of the best in terms of graphics should definitely not consider this card, it's perfect for console gamers who want to get an inexpensive solution so that they can leave their stunted platforms. And all shots against console gamers aside, the PowerColor PCS Plus R7 370, with its pricing at 2,549 Rand or $150 US, it is a respectable entry-level card that is worth considering if you're looking to just get a low-cost card that just works. And with that conclusion, I'd like to give a big thanks to Wootware for helping with this video on the PowerColor R7 370. Wootware is South Africa's leading retailer for all PowerColor cards, and in fact, if you purchase a PowerColor R9 380 or 380X from now until May 15, 2016, you'll receive the game Ashes of the Singularity for free. Wootware also stocks everything that you might need for a PC build and has a fantastic customer service team to back up their wide selection and competitive prices. So head on over to wootware.co.za to woot up your life. And that's it for this review of the PowerColor PCS Plus R7 370 graphics card. Like this video if you found it helpful, dislike it if you thought it was sheer poo, and if you're looking to watch more of my videos, you can click this icon in the top right hand corner to watch a build log where I put an Xbox One and a PC into a Master Case Pro 5 and liquid cooled the whole thing. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.